How many times have I told you that those bear traps are an accident waiting to happen? I dropped to my knees and barked at Harry to grab the medical kit from the bathroom. Yeah, but the polar bears, Jim whimpered, and I glowered at him. Does she look like a polar bear to you, Jimmy? I didn't listen for a response, and I looked at the wound around her leg. I needed to pry the clamp off her before she got sepsis. There was no way of knowing how long she'd been there or how hurt she was just by looking at her. Harry returned and handed me the kit as I struggled to unhinge the jaws from her leg. Be careful, Jim muttered, and I shot him a scathing look. I wouldn't have to be careful if you'd be more sensible. I'm sorry, Jim muttered, and I softened, knowing it was never his intention to hurt anyone. That didn't change the fact that there was a woman bleeding to death in our dorm. Stand by with towels. Blood is gonna go everywhere. She's lucky the brunt of it caught her boot. I don't think there's much damage to her bones. Jim did as he was instructed, and slowly I pulled the trap off her calf, my dark eyes darting up toward her face to see if the pain would rouse her, but she remained in a deep slumber, and it scared me beyond reason. As I predicted, gushes of red began to spurt from the wound, and we were on the blood, holding towels to her as I managed to slip off her boots. Her pants need to come off too, Harry offered, and I nodded. Get out, I told them. I'll deal with this. No one moved as they looked at one another as if they weren't sure they should go. Guys, get out. If she wakes up and sees 7 men looming over her without her pants... Oh, yes, let's go. Come on. Nothing to see here. They all moved out of the room with lightning speed, except Graham, who lingered. You can go too, Graham, I told him without turning around. I've got this.
In a dream, I saw the forms of 6 men hovering over me, a haze of muscle and scruff. The smell of a burning fire filled the air, and I blinked, smiling fuzzily at them. My clouded eyes focused on the man front and center. He was tall, or so he seemed, even sitting at my side, his chocolate eyes shadowed with concern beneath a mass of thick lashes. He sported a short beard, and I think I heard his voice before I identified even the unruly curls on his head. I couldn't quite make sense of the words falling from his full mouth, but I found myself fascinated by the movement of them. Slowly, the others came into better view as my trance-like position seemed to lift. I realized then that I couldn't be dreaming, or if I was, it was very lucid. The man at my side abruptly stopped speaking, and he leaned in close to meet my gaze, his irises lightening as he realized I was looking at him. "She's awake," he said, and the other men clamored in closer to look at me. Suddenly, I wasn't floating above them on a cloud, but very aware of the fact that I was in a strange place, surrounded by strange men. I struggled to sit up, but a wave of voices called out to me in unison. "Oh no, hon, just relax. Don't try and move. You've been through an ordeal." Their words meshed together in a chorus, but my eyes were fixated on the coffee-colored ones in front of me. "Bash, get her some water," he growled softly, leaning in closer to me. "How are you feeling?" I sank back, unsure if my fear was founded. Instinctively, I understood that being in such a situation couldn't be good. But a feeling of peace stole over me as I read nothing but deep concern around the room. Abruptly, I remembered how I'd gotten there.